Hi guys. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Um I'm doing a mic. How about now? Can you hear me now? How about now? Perfect. Welcome to the live, everybody. I'm so excited. I've been promoting this live for the longest time. So I am super happy that we are finally getting this show on the road. It's been 2 weeks since I've been promoting this live. So I'm happy to see everybody. Wajina, how are you? Yes, you should feel like a VIP. Right now, we are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Okay. Oh, another announcement before I even jump into this live. We finally made it to 5K. We made it to 5K. Super excited about that. Last in the last live, a couple of people were asking me to make a Venmo, and so I made the Venmo. This is the Venmo and the Cash App in the comment section. So anyway, as promised, okay, I told you guys when we got to 5K, I would be giving away some merch. Okay, so you guys got to stay tuned to the end. You have to participate in this live in order for us to be able to give away merch. Okay, super excited, guys. um Let us, first thing I want to know is, where is everyone checking in from in the comment section? Where are you watching from? Oh, wonderful, JPA. Where are you guys streaming from right now? Where are you guys watching from? It's 8 people in live right now, but I feel like every single time we start getting into things, people start dropping in, and then I have to repeat myself over again. Shout out to Texas, Canada, wonderful. Atlanta, Georgia in the house. So we're going to be going down a couple of things. A couple of things I have listed. This live is going to be about the financial aspect of moving abroad. I know a lot of people want to move abroad. Well, they want to move to Panama specifically, and they really don't know. They really don't know as far as like finances, how New Orleans, and a check in, a shout out to New Orleans. You don't know pretty much how to go about moving. First thing first, we are going to answer this question. How many of you guys feel like you are financially ready to move abroad already? Because finances is very important, guys. You have to keep in mind that when you are moving to another place, country, state, especially when you're moving into a country that is not as, it's still a developing company. I have to watch my words because people be trying to come for me. How many of you guys feel that you are financially ready to move abroad? Not yet. One more week in Panama City, then back to Chicago. I'll be following you from there because I've started the process of moving here. San Francisco neighborhood. Here we come. Wonderful. That's exciting. Congratulations. Okay, so how many of you guys feel like you are financially ready to move abroad? I know Wejna said he is not yet financially ready to move abroad. Who else in here? How many of you guys feel like you are financially ready to move abroad? Shout out to Miami. I love Miami, by the way. Not sure. Okay. Okay, that is super important. So a lot of people have been reaching out to me and asking me how much do they need to actually move abroad. And honestly speaking, it depends on what type of lifestyle you are trying to live. How soon are you planning to move? Drop it in the comment section. Let me know how soon you are planning to move. You got to give yourself time, okay? See, online job, 2 years. Me personally, I planned for a year before I decided to make the big move, and that was now 8 years ago. Before November 2024, okay. 1 to 2 years, that is definitely a realistic expectation. 1 to 2 years, I think, is actually perfect timing to plan accordingly and to figure out exactly what you want. But I would suggest that you actually visit Panama before you actually decide to make that move. Everyone wants to get out of America. That's so crazy. All right, so let's dive in. Let's jump in. I think we are ready to go, right? Whoever comes in late, hopefully the people that come in late won't ask me the same question that we already discussed. That's why I was trying to like prolong it a little bit. But let's just go in. What country are you guys planning to move to? I know most people in here, I'm gonna assume they're planning to move to Panama. That's why you guys follow me. JA or PA. I love Jamaica. Kenya, beautiful. Africa. I actually want to visit Kenya. All right, guys. So whoever's coming in late, we're gonna just jump into the meat of it all. I hope you guys have your pen and paper ready because we are going to dive deep. We are going to go in deep today. We're going to get in because this live it goes for any place. It doesn't necessarily have to be just for Panama. I know that most of you guys who follow me, it's because you guys want to move to Panama, but this can go for any country, right? So the first thing you want to do is actually give yourself a realistic goal. How long do you plan on leaving, right? Me personally, I think 1 to 2 years. If you must go like right away, I feel like and you have the capability of doing that, I feel like 1 to 2 years is enough planning for you to decide to make that move. That's just my personal opinion. God, my seat is falling. That's just my personal opinion. Another thing that is super important as far as finances is concerned, a lot of people message me and ask me, oh, how much do I need to move to Panama? That is an open-ended question that it's a lot to take out because you literally have to know you have to set a realistic budget on what you want or what you literally can afford. Okay, because I could tell you, you can live on $500 a month, because technically minimum wage in Panama is 500 and five, no, 495 monthly. So there are people that are making about $500 a month or less, and they're surviving off of that monthly. Okay, so technically all you really need is $500 a month to really live in Panama, but that also is going to depend on the lifestyle that you want to live, right? So it's important that you guys have a realistic budget, okay? Do not set expectations higher than what you really can afford, because one thing, like I always say, you do not want to be homeless in another man's country. Panama is not like the United States of America, where you can apply for emergency assistance like Medicaid or food stamps or any of those things. That doesn't happen in Panama, especially if you are a foreigner, right? Panama is a country that is for Panamanians first. That's why, i.e., when the pandemic happened, a lot of people left Panama and went either back to their country, or a lot of people from the US left Panama and went back to the US during the pandemic. A lot of people that migrated to Panama from countries like Venezuela, Colombia, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of those people decided that they were going back to their country because the aid that they did have in Panama was for Panamanians. So it's important to keep in mind that you really need to set realistic expectations on what you expect to spend and what type of neighborhoods you would want to live in, right? Like I said, you can live off of $500 a month, but that would depend on the neighborhood if you are willing to live a certain type of lifestyle. That's number one. And number two, you also have to take into consideration what part of Panama you want to live in. So if you want to live in Panama City, it's going to be a little bit more expensive versus if you lived in some place like Boquete, right? Or and Boquete, I can't even really say Boquete because right now Boquete is kind of expensive because there are a lot of expats that are moving to that area. So the prices have gone up. If you want to live in places like Cologne, right? I'm sure you can find something in that range, but do you want to be subjected to certain things, right? So that's super important for you guys to keep in mind. Somebody just asked me, how much to live good in Panama? 10K a month. 10K a month, you are literally like balling. Okay. Okay. How much to live good in Panama? 10K. I'm gonna assume that the person is asking me, is 10K a month um good enough to live in Panama? Of course, 10K a month is wonderful. Okay. You can live in one of the best neighborhoods. Okay. And I'm not even talking about middle class neighborhoods that's like 250,000 a month. I'm talking about the higher, more of the higher where the rich people live. So of course, 10K a month is definitely. Oh, and another thing that I want to explain to you guys is that I know in the last live I told you guys that you can live very good on $2,000 a month in Panama, but $2,000 a month in Panama will also depend on your household. Okay, if you are a single person and you're making $2,000 a month, that means you have less dependents, right? So of course, $2,000 a month, you'll be able to live a luxurious lifestyle. But if you have 6 or 7 dependents, $2,000 a month, maybe pushing it if you're trying to live a higher lifestyle. Okay. So I need you guys to keep that in mind. Okay, I'm thinking of Panama City or Costa Rica. First of all, you are Panamanian, so I would suggest you come to Panama because you have less things to worry about. When you are Panamanian and you have a cedula, you are entitled. Basically, what I'm saying is you are able to get loans. You are able to open a bank accounts easier. Everything is a lot easier versus if you go to another country like Kenya, I'm not Kenya, I'm sorry, like Costa Rica, where you are not a resident. I would suggest any Panamanians to move back to Panama. That's just my personal opinion, you know. Um So yeah, so I gotta put in the charger on my computer, guys, or else we're gonna get cut off. I'm going through the questions, you guys. Everyone, I can see exactly where you're tuning in from because this is from YouTube. Okay. Aren't groceries expensive in Panama? Groceries depending on what you are, where you're shopping. If you are buying organic goods and from places like River Smith, yes, it's going to be expensive. If you are buying something, because the River Smith is like an international grocery store where everything gets shipped over. So because it's shipped over, of course, it's going to be more money. But if you shop locally, right, which means if you go to the local, um, like people that sell, fruits and vegetables outside, it will be a lot cheaper. I, for one, for example, if you tuned into my live 2 weeks ago, then you would know this story. But I don't know who was in there and who was not in there. But for example, avocado, right? I shop a lot in River Smith because River Smith sells a lot of gluten-free and vegan options. You don't really find much of that in the local grocery stores. Now I'm starting to see the Ray carrying certain things. But for the most part, where I get most of my groceries from is River Smith, right? You can get literally um, anything vegan, vegan mayo. Um, I'm not vegan though, but there are things that I'm trying to get into that lifestyle. And so, yeah, of course it's going to be expensive. But I would never go to River Smith and buy avocados because avocados, you get it's $5 for one avocado in River Smith versus if you go to someone on the street, you can get three avocados this big for $5 and it is literally um it's organic, okay? The Super 99 and the Ray, like I said, if you are not buying imported groceries, you will be fine, but inflation is real. So yeah. Hi Joyce. Thank you for tuning into our live. So yeah, so groceries, like I said, groceries are expensive depending on where you are shopping. Okay. Linda 808 says she never heard of that. You didn't hear of what, Mama? Or Lindo. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, a male or female. But Lindo says, wow, I never heard of that. Heard of what exactly? Okay, Amel, what didn't you hear of? What exactly did you not hear? Oh, River Smith. Yeah, River Smith is a grocery store. I love River Smith because it's literally an international grocery store. So you can get everything either from the US, they sell products from Jamaica, um, everything and anything that you need, you will find it in River Smith. You don't really get it. It's called Reba Smith, RIBASMITH. You can get literally everything from there. Well, that's why you're tuned into this live so that you can get information. Yes, Gigi is with a babysitter. See, I got a babysitter for you guys so I could focus, okay? And she is not feeling the babysitter. So, yes, I'm so mad that you guys can hear her crying in the background. But yeah. So the protest is, I wouldn't say that it's over, but it has calmed down a lot. I know that on the media it was saying there was a lot going on, but in the city, what you were seeing was mostly in the interior. In the city, they just basically was holding up traffic. But from what the girls are telling me in the store, everything is dying down now. This is the time that Gigi goes to sleep, so she is super cranky, and the babysitter is helping her out. Okay, Joy says, "Have I ever been to David?" I've been there once. Not really my cup of tea. I'm not into country life. I don't like chilly weather. Anything below 65 degrees to me is cold. So I mean, to each his own. Okay, I am a city girl. I like Panama City because there's everything there. Okay, you can get the best restaurants is there, nightlife is there, um, shopping, everything is in Panama City. So that's why I personally like Panama City. The hospitals, uh, if there's an emergency and I need to get to the embassy, I don't need to fly. So that's just me. That's my personal opinion. I have to find a Panamanian sugar daddy. I was researching homes over there and it's just as expensive as the USA. It depends on where you were searching, Kayla. Okay. It depends on where you were searching. Looking for a sugar daddy. I don't know how that may work for you, but if you find one, please send them over this way. No, I'm joking. Um, but it depends on this is what guys, I'm like, so I have a whole outline, but you guys are just going, okay? You guys are just going. I had a whole outline on how we were going to go through this live, but the questions are coming in. Um, so let's get back to the subject. So another important thing for you guys to know is that you should have at least 6 months worth of savings, okay, just in case, because like I told you guys before, okay, like I told you guys before, Panama does not have any government assistance program, okay, and even if they did have any assistance program, it would literally be for Panamanians. So you want to have at least 6 months worth of savings, and you should be planning your exit within 1 year. Okay. Okay, Lena, let's go through the outline. Okay. Another thing that is important for you guys to know, if you are coming from the US, people, I need you to focus on this, right? If you are coming from the US, and for example, let's say, because I know a lot of people are looking to retire in Panama, but there are people who are much younger and they are tired of whatever's happening in the USA and they're looking for a way out. You need to have a sustainable income, okay? Especially if you are coming from the US, I find that a lot of times people that come from the US, they come and they have like this mentality where they think, oh, that they're just going to get a job. It doesn't work like that. Okay. Number one, you need a working permit to work in Panama if you are not Panamanian. That's number one. And number two, if you do have an income, for example, a retirement check that's coming in and you need to take money out, you are only allowed, and this has happened since the pandemic, you're only allowed to take out 200 and I want to say no more than $250 out of the ATM. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, my producer, aka Amir, was telling me something. Um, let's see. Is This is actually a really good question. Is rent payment usually handled on a monthly basis, or do you have to pay several months upfront? So the rent is not like in America where you have to have 3 months of rent. You just literally have to have your first month's rent and your deposit. So 2 months, most people ask for. Okay. Um, Another thing that is super important, because I know a lot of times people ask me, how can you transfer money from one account to another account? And this can get a little expensive sometimes, but this is really like the only way. If you have PayPal, right? what you do is you would actually have to open up an account in Panama. So you're going to have a Panama account and you have a US account. Me personally, I still have a US account, people, and I will explain to you why I still have a US account and I'm not going to get rid of it. Um, I still have, I'm sorry. So what you have to do is open up two separate PayPal's account. One is going to be with two different emails. So two separate PayPal accounts with two different emails, right? One is going to be your Panama PayPal, and the other one is going to be your US PayPal. If you are in another country, like if you're in Jamaica or any other Canada, and you guys have PayPal, you can use PayPal. You're gonna have to set it up the same exact way. You need two PayPal accounts. Whatever income or whatever money you want to transfer from Panama to the US, you will literally have to transfer it from your PayPal account that's linked to your bank account in Panama, and then and PayPal it to your America account. If you get what I'm trying to say, if you understand what I'm trying to say, let me know if you get what I'm saying, or do I need to explain it differently? Um, So yeah, so that is how you transfer money from one account to another account. Now, I do want to let you guys know that when you do open up an account in Panama and you are a foreigner, especially if you are American, you have to provide your social security. Okay? This is because of the whole Panama Papers and money laundering with Panama. You have to report it to the American government. Okay? Just letting you know. Don't let Uncle Sam catch you. Okay? Now, I want to go back to this question from Kayla when she was saying that she was searching homes in Panama and there's homes that are actually more just as expensive as the US. Just because you are in Panama and Panama is a developing country does not mean that there aren't people that don't have money, right? So you also need to keep that in mind. This is why I said you have to set a realistic budget, okay, on what you expect to pay. There are great websites that you can look at. Encuentro 24 is one that you can look up to get an idea. I actually have um, this site, um, and I want to give it to you so I can show you guys. I hope I can share it. I want to share it on this screen. Hopefully you guys can see it. Um, so while I'm getting that together, because my executive producer Amir is going to help me out with that, you guys need to set a realistic budget. So let's just say you only are making $1,000 a month, right? Are you single? Are you by yourself? So what I would suggest is you guys get an Excel sheet or write everything down. You're gonna write um, how much money is coming in and everything that you're gonna have to pay for. One thing that you guys need to know is light in Panama is very expensive. Okay, light is extremely expensive, and the light will depend on where you live. So if you live in a upscale neighborhood, your light bill is going to be more money. Okay, this is something that you guys should know and should be aware of. So someone else who lives in um, a neighborhood that may not be as high end could possibly pay $20 a month in light, and you will be able to, and you will pay $150 in light. It just depends on where you live. Unfortunately, that's the system and that's how it works. So you want to keep that in mind. Cable is about $60, $65 a month, and that includes the highest speed phone, internet, phone, yeah, I think that's it, right? That's about $65 a month, and that is with um Tigo, who used to be Cable Onda. So that's also, I'm just giving you guys just a basic outline so you guys can like know more or less like how this whole thing works. So that's also something that's important. If you want shows like Showtime and anything extra, that is also going to be a little bit more. Me personally, I don't have any of those shows because I stream everything. So I have Netflix and I have Amazon Prime and I have Disney Plus. So I don't use the regular the cable channels. I have the basic cable plan and I have the highest speed, and I pay about $65 a month, and that includes cable, that includes taxes and everything. Um, Another thing that you want to keep in mind is gas, right? So I know in the US, in New York City, it's Con Edison. And with that being said, um, the prices kind of vary with how much you pay in gas. If you live in a home national grid, this is for New York City. In Panama, you buy a gas tank, right? The 100 cylinder gas tank is what I would suggest for anyone who is living in a house. The house doesn't come with gas. So you guys will have to buy your gas tank. And I usually, when you first moving in, you want to buy two gas tanks. At the time, the 100 cylinder gas tank was about $50 each. So the two came up to 100. But now with prices of gas, obviously, now I'm paying about 80 something dollars for gas. But it lasts a long time, right? So if you are a person that you cook a lot, if you're going to use hot water, all of the hot water cooking will be used with the gas tank that you purchase. Okay. Panama does not have hot water that you can just turn on just like that unless you're in a hotel. If you are renting a home, you will have to get a hot water tank. Okay. The hot water tank is, yes, the condo is much easier. The hot water tank is connected to the pipes, and that runs the hot water. Okay. Um, do you own a home? Can you pay rent month to month, or do you pay a month? Okay, I think I answered that question. I own my own home. Yes, I own my own home. And you do pay month to month, monthly. And like I said, the only thing that you do have to pay in advance is 1 month and a deposit. Okay. Um, Yes. Okay. Yep. The gas tanks and the showers aren't equipped with hot water. So I need you guys to also, when you do your budget, to make this move, you definitely want to include that. So, like I said, right now the 100 cylinder gas tank is about $80. Okay. I don't. Well, that was the last time. I know that they lowered the gas price because of the protests, to about $3 and something cents a gallon. So I'm not really sure how much that comes up to, but at the time, the last gas tank that I purchased was about 80 something dollars. So solar, there are people, so they're trying to move forward with solar panels. I know that my dad wanted to get solar panels. I'm sorry. And to get them installed, it was a couple $1,000s. It was kind of expensive, but in the long run, you would actually be saving. But the upfront fee, it was kind of like pricey. So that is that about the solar panels. Do I have any contact for rentals? I do have contact for rentals. If you look in the membership tab, the community tab, members tab, I have phone numbers there listed. Do you guys like my little B Girl TV cup? Um, okay, so can you live good on 5K a month? You can live good on 5K a month, but you also got to keep in mind, are you the type of person that like to splurge? I have had friends that moved to Panama with certain expectations, okay? And they came in with a good amount of money, but they everything for them was so cheap that they end up blowing it and end up having to move back. So that brings me to my next point about having sustainable income, right? So if you are not a retiree, and the reason why I say retirees are because retirees have income coming in. They get their retirement check, okay? So they get a check every month, So they don't have to worry about that, right? But for you, someone who me, I'm not at the age of retirement, so I have to work, right? You have to keep that in mind. Okay, I am an entrepreneur, so my checks are not all the same all the time. So you have to be really, really um mindful of your spending habits. But 5K a month, you should be fine. How many kids do you have? Do you have any dependents? Okay, so that's also going to be something that you want to keep in mind. Okay. Um, you literally have to figure out what kind of budget you guys really are looking at. Okay. Do you have kids? Are you going to put kids in school? So this question is for that person who I'm asking, that is the person from Toronto, Canada, that asked, so that it doesn't have a name. Okay. For those of you, someone asked me about my cup. You can get a cup right here. That's the website to get the cup. Panama was so hot. Okay, Panama was so hot. Do you need a hot water? Listen, I cannot bathe in cold water. I don't care how hot it is. I'm not bathing in hot water. And you also need to keep in mind that Panama is only hot during the summers, which is December, January, February, March, is what is considered summer, right? Anything before that is raining season. So you're not going to be hot all the time. And at night, it gets really chilly. And it also depends on where you live, because if you live on the coastline, the breeze is serious. I can't bathe. I can only shower in hot water. Okay. I left the link. Uh, this is the link to get the cup. If you are interested, you can go to my website, thevimarocollections.com. We are definitely under transition on the website. Okay, so if you are solo and you're living on 5K a month, you can literally get a mini mansion. Okay, what is it? 4 or 5 bathrooms. Oh, that was what I was looking for. I wanted to show you guys this website. Um, this is actually a realtor that I worked with. She was the one that sold me my house, and we have a really good relationship. She also handles my rental property. Um, so yeah, DR sounds better, of course. Okay, if that's what you like, then go ahead. I mean, anywhere you go, you're going to, well, Panama is a little bit more developed, not a little bit. Panama is more developed than DR. So, yeah. 5K is great in Panama. Yeah, but I think what he is looking, I don't know I don't know, but I think what that person is looking for is something more grander. Because if you're comparing Panama to DR, because DR is super cheap, like beyond cheap. But then you also need to take into consideration healthcare and other things. Which brings me to my next point. When you are moving, you also want to take into consideration the healthcare system. Okay. Healthcare, the good thing is that there are some pretty amazing doctors and hospitals in Panama. You can also go to the Seguro, which is much cheaper, but I think that the problem with the Seguro is that they never really have medication. They're always out of medication, and the lines are super long, and to get an appointment to see a doctor is also kind of ridiculous, right? So I go private. And even with insurance, it can get a little pricey if you have to have a procedure done. That is why I opted to come here to get my surgery done for my kidney stones, because even with um, insurance, it came out a lot cheaper for me to have it done here. So that's something that you should keep in mind. So because all these things are going to affect your finances, okay? Your living situation, your health. Listen, any one of us can get sick at any given moment, okay? So that's something that you guys should keep in mind. Any one of us can get sick at any moment, okay? And that is going to cost. I know somebody mentioned that DR sounds better, but if you do move to DR, do you feel comfortable that if something happened to you, are you comfortable with the medical care in DR? If you decide to move to Panama and something happens to you, are you comfortable with the hospital care in Panama? That is something that you guys should definitely keep in mind. I feel that people that come from the States, their mentality when it comes to things are a little bit different and they don't realize that it's not the same. How's restaurant? This what do you mean for a single person? Are you asked I need you to specify that question because I don't really understand that question. um I even hear people saying that Colombia is even better. Okay, it may be cheaper, yes, but are you comfortable with having a procedure done in Colombia? Okay, these are things that you guys need to keep in mind. Okay, do you feel safe having certain medical procedures done? If it's an emergency and you need to get something done, do you feel comfortable getting it done? Health insurance is something that you also want to keep in mind. That is also something that you should add into your financial plan when your budget, especially if you have children. Okay, insurance is super important. Um, Me, my son, and my daughter, our insurance, I pay about $120 a month. I'm being very transparent with you guys, for all three of us. Okay. And that's private insurance with Blue Cross Blue Shield. So if you do plan on getting insurance, I would suggest you get insurance because you just never know. I once thought that I didn't need health insurance. I had got health insurance and then I stopped paying for the insurance because I figured I didn't need it anyway. And then an emergency happened and I had to pay out of pocket. So I had to pay about $5,000, which is still cheaper than the US, but who wants to pay out of pocket $5,000 to have a procedure done for kidney stones? So you guys need to keep that in mind also. Hello, Rick B. Thanks for joining the live. Lots of things to do. There's tons of restaurants and nightlife. If you are a single person, I feel like men in Panama have it a lot easier than women. But yeah, okay. So back to the house. As a person that's about to retire, can you give me an estimate price for immigration lawyers? So I know that if you are applying for a pensionado visa, you guys get a discount, but I'll just give you what I paid. So my son is born in America, obviously, and the law had changed, basically stating that if you, for example, I'm Panamanian, I want to pass down uh my Panamanian my citizenship to my child, you would have to, the only way that I would have been able to do that is if I had my ID prior to me giving birth. But because I didn't get it until after I already had him, I had to go through the process of an immigration lawyer. So I had to pay about, I don't want to lie to you, so I want to make sure I tell you. I paid about $2,000, $2 or $3,000 for the whole process for him to get his residency card. And the only reason why I applied for residency card was because it was an issue with us going back and forth. So I would buy a one-way ticket, and they would be I would always have to buy a two-way ticket when he would have to come back to school, and it was becoming a hassle. But when he turns 18, because he's been there since he was 5 years old, he can actually apply for residency. So that is about how much I paid. And again, if you would like information for that lawyer, her information is in the membership tab. Um, all that information is there. So yeah, so that's super important. But I think that if you're going to retire, you should definitely apply for a pensionado visa because you get discounts on that. But it should be a ballpark figure around $4,000. Um, so yeah. What else? Okay, so back to the real estate because I keep getting thrown off. Um, so my real estate agent, she has, and I'm just gonna give you an example of something. Okay. Now I know that some of you. First of all, where do you guys plan on living? You're welcome. Where do you guys plan on living? Do you plan on living in Panama City or do you plan on living in the outskirts? Because there's a home in Cocle, but remember, Cocle is it's closer to where the resorts are. It's about 2 hours away from Panama City. Okay. I would not recommend anyone who is young and have kids to move there, but they rent rooms and a room is $150 a month. Okay. That's just a ballpark figure if you're into renting rooms. I know everyone is not into renting rooms. So, yeah. I want to walk out my door to the beach. So, you should be able to move to Cocle, um, Colorado, Cologne. But if you're going to live, kind of depends. Um, all right, here is a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom, and a garage for $425 a month, and that is an apartment. So just to give you guys, and that is in Panama City, okay? $425 a month. There's also a house in Chorrera, okay? Somewhere where there is a slower pace of life. And okay, so you definitely want to you can go to Aranjan or La Chorrera. Right here, I'm looking at a 3-bedroom house, 2 bathroom, and a garage for $500 a month. Okay. And I wish I could share the screen. I'm still learning how to use this whole live thing, but I promise you the next live I'm going to figure out how to share the screen with you guys so I can show you guys. But this information is coming directly from my realtor. I had spoken with her and she gave me the website to look in. This is her personal log of properties. Okay. If you didn't live in Panama City, where else would you live in Panama? I wouldn't live anywhere else. I would live in Cologne. Maybe I would live in Cologne because my family's from Cologne and I have my cousins and stuff live there. So I probably would live there. All right. All right. So there's also another apartment, another house in Panama City, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, and a garage for $525. Okay. Now it gets a little bit more pricey because I know someone else earlier had said that they seen some houses that was just as expensive as it was in the States. Those are because you are living in a gated community. You live in a gated community, you have a pool, you have a gym, you have all these amenities. That's why it'll be a little bit more expensive, okay? But in El Dorado, there's a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom home with a garage for $550 a month. Okay. Where is there more Afro Latinos? Okay, so the black people mostly live in Colón and Bocas del Toro. I want to know if David is cheaper than Panama City. Yes, it is cheaper than Panama City. But it's still a little bit expensive because, like I said earlier in the live, it's a huge expat community. So that has driven the prices a little bit more higher. I want to start a business in Panama. I have dual citizenship. I'm so ready to live in Panama here in the States. I was like, okay, barbers. Now you guys know that I keep it real. Okay, I keep it real. I will never lead you guys astray. Okay, just for views. Barbers in Panama do not really make money. Okay, and I say this to say, I mean, if you are trying to reach a certain kind of clientele, you may be able to get away with it, but you're gonna have to put in work, right? But a haircut in Panama, I pay $5 for my son to get a haircut in Panama. Here in New York, I pay $25 for a haircut for a man. With that being said, if you are planning to become a barber, keep in mind that you cannot charge $25 and $45 for a haircut. I know someone that was a barber. He had a business in the States. He came to Panama with the same mentality. Did not go well. So I need you to keep that in mind. Okay? When you are leaving the States, whatever money you make in the States, you are not going to make it in Panama if you are trying to work in Panama legitimately. And that brings me from my next point because that was also on my list. You need sustainable income. It doesn't make any sense for you unless you are into living a minimalistic lifestyle and you don't care, then that's cool. But if you are the type of person that like nice things and you want to live a lifestyle that is comfortable, you need a sustainable income. Would I advise anyone to find a job in Panama? Sure, if you are comfortable with making $8 an hour, and that's $8-9 an hour is a lot of money. Okay, you'll be working in a call center. You can work in Panama if you were recruited from an American company and they are willing to pay you, because $20 an hour in Panama will take you a long way. Personally, I would tell you to do something online. I did a video on 5 jobs that you can do from online. You can teach English. If you are a graphic designer, if you have that type of talent, podcasting, because we're about to go into a real recession, guys. So podcasting is something that you can do also if you are trying to make money. but the thing about podcasting and content creating is that's something that it happens over time. It's not something that's just going to happen right away unless you are a celebrity. Okay. Um, what else? I would suggest, and that's why I tell people, we get it, you're fed up, but my mom always says, when you have your hand to the lion's mouth, you have to take it out slowly. You just can't pull it out. Okay? Be smart about what you're doing. Um, if you are not at retirement age, yes, entrepreneurship is the way, but I think online, figuring out how to make an income online is the way to go. Is there a beach in La Chorrera? It is not clean. So yeah. So keep that in mind, people. Keep that in mind. I would not advise anyone who is, again, like I said, if you don't care to minimize or downsize your lifestyle, you just want to live a whatever lifestyle, go for it. But you would be disappointed, to say the least. Panama doesn't pay like in America. I don't know if you were here in the live before, but minimum wage is $4.95 a month, and the minimum wage depends on what kind of business you have. So if you have a business, if you work for a company that is a bigger company, the minimum wage is a lot higher monthly. Small businesses, the minimum wage is less. So yeah, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, guys. Um, so yes, coming up with a realistic budget is expensive. For people that have kids, I know when you do research and there are blogs that talk about certain schools that do speak English, I need you guys to keep in mind that these schools are not cheap. Okay. And schools in Panama are not like schools in the States. I don't know if they're still the same, but I know when I was growing up, I was given the books. You have to buy the books, right? So for my son's school, you buy the uniforms, obviously. School, you buy the school supplies and you have to buy all the textbooks, right? You can attempt to sell it back, but they usually write in the books, and nobody really wants to buy a used book with writing all inside of it. So literally, the books literally go wasted. I have spent the most that I've spent in school books was about $600. Okay, the cheapest that I've spent in school books was about $275. Not including school supplies, pencils, all of that. They don't give them any of that. And then a lot of these schools, you have to pay a matriculation fee, right? So, for example, with me and my son, I have to pay a matriculation fee every year that he goes back to school. The matriculation fee is about $500. Okay. If you go to a school that is more expensive, for example, the International School of Panama, amazing school, but it's not cheap. The Met School, amazing school, but it's not cheap. If you can afford it, I'm not trying to count nobody's pockets, okay? But the Met School is about $1,700 a month per child, okay? So you need to keep that in mind, and add that into your budget when you are thinking about schools for your kid. Exactly, it sounds like college, okay? Now, there are other schools that are way cheaper, but it's not going to be a bilingual. It's not going to be a bilingual school, and it's not going to be on the American calendar. You may have to put your child in a regular Panamanian school if you want to pay anything cheaper. You can't get schools that's $120 a month $200 a month, but it's not going to be none of the major schools like the Met School. It's not going to be Balboa Academy. I know I went to Balboa Academy, and at the time, I thought that was a great deal because I was literally paying that for Amir school when he was in pre-K. So their school fee at the time for kindergarteners was about $600 and something a month, and you have to give a $10,000 donation to the school. Okay, non-refundable $10,000 donation. So that is something that you need to keep in mind as well when you are, if you are planning to move with kids. I know some people that homeschool their kids um, with a school that is in Florida. Don't remember the name, but maybe on the next live I will remember and I will give it to you. But that is also something that you want to keep in mind. Um, let's see. Did somebody ask something? Did I miss something? Okay. I went to several stores like Costo, Arocha, and the guards follow me around crazy. Why is that? Really? Where were you? I never experienced that. Where were you when that happened? What are some nice neighborhoods in Cologne, beachfronts, and what are rental prices like? So you want to live in places that is called like in Portobello. That's where the beaches are. Going towards that area. They don't have much gated communities. You would definitely have to live like a local, but it's fine, right? It's fine living like a local. I want to share this information with you guys. There is an apartment, a two-bedroom apartment, two bathrooms in Llano Bonito. So Llano Bonito is close to the highway, the Corredor Sur. It's literally like if you're going to the mall. If you're coming from the airport and you take a local street and you are going to Panama City, the city, which would be like Avenida Balboa, that is Llano Bonito. They have a two-bedroom, two-bathroom apartment with a pool for $600 a month. Um, there is also another apartment that's a two-bedroom, two-bathroom, beautiful apartment building, $700 a month, and that's gated. So, guys, that's why I said you guys have to really sit down and think about your budget, okay? Think about your budget and how much you want to spend, okay? That's super important. Super important. Dumbusco is actually really, you was in Dumbusco when that happened? That's so weird. That is so weird. Did you have like a do you have like a bunch of tattoos or something? Because I know some people can be like really weirded out with people that have a whole bunch of tattoos. Okay, we're gonna before I take a little break because I'm kind of thirsty. I definitely want to thank certain people. There's a couple of people that donated to me the last live, okay, and I just wanted to thank you verbally. Vincent, Scar Max, Deborah, Liz D, Talicia Williams, Cameron, Chase, Keith Charles, and Rick B. Thank you so much for your donations last live. I appreciate it. I was near Don Bosco in Los Pueblos Shopping Center. Yeah, that's so weird. Like, It's so weird. How did you start your business? Would love to start a clothing online store, but I don't know how to import goods from the States. So you cannot, I mean, you can import from America. Well, obviously that's importing. But you can't export. So my experience with selling clothing is that depends on who your target market is. That's number one. And you really have to put in the work because people in Panama do not like expensive things. They like really nice things, but cheap, if I make sense. Um, so that's something that you guys need to keep in mind. Are there places in or near the city with water views but not really tall buildings? Um, okay, so I don't know. Have you ever been to Panama? Because there's um a location, I don't remember what it's called, but it's behind um what's the name of that mall? Panama Hospital, Panama Clinic. Behind Panama Clinic, that area, there's tons of houses there. How did you start your business? So you can import. So just literally you go online, you apply for the business license, which is 2 seconds. They give you a certificate of authorization to start a business. You look for the location where you want to have the business and you ship in whatever it is that you need. You have to find a shipping company though. So depending on what you're trying to bring in and the amount of money, the amount of goods you're trying to bring into the country, you're going to have to pay. There's fees associated with it that you're going to have to pay. And so, for example, like let's say if you have a clothing business and you bought, I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not saying this is what it is. And you spend $20 on the item, $20 each on the item. You then in turn have to sell it for $40, and then you also have to keep in mind the amount of money that you pay to bring it in to get the items cleared. So that's also important when starting a business. That's why I'm telling you it's best online. Okay. Find something online. If you could get an online business that's going to pay you, if you get a job in the States that's going to pay you remotely and you can live anywhere, do that. So, and then there's also clearances that you have to pay. Yes, duty and taxes, but there's also other fees depending on what it is that you're trying to sell. And then on top of that, um, if you, let's say you open up a store, you also have to pay monthly fees because there's associated fees that you have to pay with owning a store. So you have to pay municipio for the sign that you have outside. You have to pay seguro for your employees if you are going to have employees. You have to pay um, what is it, the other thing that you have to pay? I said municipio. There's certain things that you have to pay. So it's not like here where you literally can just start your own business. And if you open up a clothing store, it's boom, boom, bam, and you just pay sales tax and file your taxes. It's not like that. Okay. I think that it's hard, honestly, to have a business in Panama. It really is. Um, so that's also something that you guys should keep in mind. I want to shout out the sponsor of today's live, which is Pretty Image Boutique. So I'm gonna play this little quick video because the bills got to get paid. This equipment is not cheap. Okay, none of this is cheap. So I have to play this video. So bear with me. It's only 30 seconds. Okay, guys. Pretty Image Boutique is located in the Centro Comercial de los Pueblos Mall, located in Panama City, just 15 minutes away from Tocumen Airport. We specialize in hair care, wig extensions, and much more. Come visit us. Okay, we are back. We are back. We are back. Um, so yes. What else? What else are here? So yeah, thank you guys again for tuning in to this live. I appreciate it. That's near my mom's house. I've been to Los Pueblos. Wonderful. So you can visit. Okay. So what else is on this? Oh yeah, back to the housing. So yeah, so that's super important for you guys to keep in mind. I'm going to leave the link to this website in the community tab so that you guys can go in and check it out. You can literally put in the location that you guys want to live in, and it'll tell you the prices so that you guys can have more or less an idea of what it's looking like as far as price wise is concerned. I think it's super important that you guys figure that out prior to you coming to Panama, because that's important. That's super important. I want to give you guys an example. Not really an example, but this is a situation that happened to somebody that I know. She moved to Panama and she had a cake business, right? This girl's cake was so delicious. Okay. She was the first person to actually make red velvet cake in Panama, right? She had a really good situation as far as that business was concerned. What she found was an issue was that the price that she was charging for these cakes, people weren't going to pay it. Because keep in mind, if you are in the States, you can get a you can you'll pay you'll people will pay you $250, $300 for a cake. For God's sake, I tried to get a cake for Gia's christening, and the girl wanted to charge me like $200 for a cake to feed 25 people. Versus in Panama, I could get a cake, a 2-story cake, for like $75, right? So with that being said, she ended up leaving Panama because whatever reason, it just wasn't working out for her business wise. She was frustrated because she was not able to make the income that she thought that she was going to produce. So it's super important that when you are coming, that you do not come with any expectations. Okay, no expectations, no letdown. When you are going to start a business, you have to price Panama price. You cannot come to Panama and price America price. Okay? It's not gonna work. Like I said, barbers in the States, you can charge $25, $40 for a haircut. In Panama, there are maybe one or two people that be willing to pay that, depending on what type of what target you are looking for. But for the most part, the average person is not going to pay 20 $25, $40, $45, $30 for a haircut because they can pay $5 for a haircut. When I get my nails done, right? I can get my nails done in Panama, get a fill-in, and get a whole bunch of designs and pay $50 versus here, I had to pay $120, literally double the price to get my nails done. So it's important that you guys think about all of this, okay? This needs to go into your financial plan when you decide that you want to move, okay? Also, if you are coming with savings, and let's say you feel like you can afford $1,200 a month on rent because that's what you are making in the moment. If you aren't able to sustain that, you might have a problem, right? So sustainable income, guys, I'm going to repeat it over and over and over again. Make sure you have that sustainable income. That is so important, okay? Because like I said earlier, Panama does not have government assistance programs. You do not want to be homeless in a next man country. I visited Boquete and I loved it. However, I will go back to check out Gorgona. Oh yeah, somebody was asking me about beach properties. Gorgona is another place that you can check out. Um, okay, that's amazing. I am glad that you loved Boquete. So, if you are looking for beach properties, I know somebody in here was saying that they wanted to walk out on the beach. Gorgona would be for you. And also Chame, right? Chame is also another area that has a lot of beaches. It is about an hour and something away from the city. So you guys you want to check that out. And thank you, Dawn, for watching from Florida. She has a babysitter. Okay, I got a babysitter so that I was able to focus on this live for you guys. Okay, that's how much I think about you. Okay, I went and got me a babysitter so that I am able to focus on you guys and your questions. I'm trying to find your link for your monthly subscription, but I can't find it. You will have to go to one of the old videos and look in the description box, and it's there. Oh, okay. Can y'all believe I was born in Tennessee? I don't know nothing about Tennessee though. I was literally just born there, and then we left. Okay, my dad was only able to find a job in the army, and I was born on an army base. Fun facts. Fun facts. Nobody asked, but I'm telling you anyway. Okay. Let's see. So the link is going to go in the community tab because the link is, I'm still learning how to like stream properly. So the link is actually on my phone. So I have to like send it to the computer and all that other crazy stuff. So I'm going to put it in the community tab. We did speak about the school discussion a little bit, but what exactly did you want to know about the school? We did. You guys are late. I told you guys to get here at 9 o'clock. I said, get here at 9 o'clock, people. 9 o'clock. Okay. We are streaming, for those of you who don't know, we are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Okay. Be Girl TV on Twitter and Be Girl TV on Facebook. We are streaming. But everyone here is from YouTube. I am a mother. Child, my child. I know, because I had to go get a whole babysitter to watch my child so that I could focus on you. And she was giving the babysitter a hard time. You, whoever's watching this on the replay, you probably gonna hear in the background screaming. But what was the question about the school? Because I didn't. We stopped talking. We didn't talk about that. I mean, we spoke about it, but we just touched it briefly. So everyone here that's in the live, from what I see, they are streaming from the States. The last time was a lot of people from Jamaica, so that's why I was like, but mostly everybody here is from the States. Thank you for tuning in. If I was not living in Panama, if crime was not an issue, I would definitely live in Jamaica. I would definitely live in Jamaica. I would not live in a Spanish speaking country, honestly. I would not live in another Spanish speaking country. Yeah, I mean, I love Jamaica, but the crime right now in Jamaica is crazy. Like Gigi's godfather is Jamaican, and we always go to Jamaica. Like, I haven't been in 2 years because the year before last we ended up going to Aruba, and then this year last year I was pregnant, so I didn't get to go to Jamaica. But I usually always go to Jamaica with them. So I follow like a lot of, because her godfather has a big vlog. Actually, I'm gonna put the vlog. If you are into reggae music, this is his vlog on his blog. Yeah, his blog on Instagram, Reggae Music Forever. Tell him I sent you. So I follow like a lot of Jamaican influencers, artists, all of that stuff because of him. And I was seeing like what happened with that girl, and it's scary. Oh my God. I've been in New York for 2 months. And honestly speaking, I'm ready to go. The level of madness that I have seen thus far, I don't even go outside. I don't even go outside because it's crazy outside. It's crazy. Yes, it's cool. See, this is the thing. So when you live in certain countries, like for instance, she said that she lived in Jamaica for 9 years and she lived in a gated community. But then what happens when you leave the gated community, right? A lot of times what happens is with expats, and I'm just speaking in general, if it don't apply, let it fly. If it don't apply, let it fly, because someone's watching this live to try to come for me. Okay. A lot of expats, they live amongst themselves, right? So they stay in these gated communities. They only socialize with themselves, with each other. I'm sorry. Um, and then you create a little America in another country. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's the point of leaving America to then go to someone else's country and create another America in that country? It does, to me, I don't get it. It don't make no sense. Um, but what happens, like, if crime is so high, and yes, you have excellent security and all that, when you leave, then what? When you go outside, because you can't stay on the in the community the whole time. You got to go grocery shopping. You have to go do certain things. So why wouldn't I live in another speaking country? Honestly, I'm just really tired of speaking Spanish. I know, guys. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. My light just went out, guys. Um. So, what is it like traveling from Panama to Jamaica? Actually, no, I don't have to go to the U.S. I go straight from Jamaica to Panama, and it's like 2 hours. Um. So, I mean, the only time I only went to the U.S. to go to Jamaica one time because the ticket was really cheap, and I went from Panama to Miami, from Miami to Panama. But for the most part, any other time I go direct. Um, but if I'm going to the States, because I have a little baby, I um I go direct flights. I used to take connecting flights, but now I just go straight because traveling with a baby is a lot. So my realtor is actually the one that I'm sharing with you guys. She actually sold me my home. So I'm giving you a contact that is reliable. Okay, she's an honest woman. Okay, she's not gonna try to jip you because she knows that you are not from Panama. I only any connects that I leave in the community tab, they're legit people. Okay, people that I personally worked with, and I'm not getting anything from it. I'm not getting any commission, nothing. Okay, I'm just legit just sharing my contacts with you guys. Okay. Okay, how about getting your hands on? I know it's superficial, but I have black hair. I have black hair too. Do I have a lot of options? Now, I'm telling you, you're coming to Panama at a good time because before, people doing black hair was just, it was difficult. But now there's so many people, not so many, but there are a few girls in Panama City. I gotta fix my nose ring because it looks like I have a booger. I'm not digging my nose. That do hair really well. And I'm talking about hairstyles like you would get done in the States, okay? Ponytails, weaves, braids, whatever you want, okay? I know I promised some of you guys I was gonna leave it in a community tab, the Instagram, and I completely forgot to do it. You know, I have a 4 month old, so my brain, and I have a 12-year-old, and they drive me up the wall. So my brain don't function too right sometimes. But I will post them in the community tab so you guys can check out their Instagram pages. And I don't know if you've seen the commercial before of the beauty supply store in Los Pueblos where you can buy beauty supply products. Okay. Cantu, Shea Moisture, Tijan, African Pride, Eden, a whole bunch of stuff. So that will be um, listed in the community tab. All right, let's see. I live in a gated community among Jamaicans. I work there. I have no problem. Crime is there, but mostly crime of passion. No one goes. Yes, crime of passion. That is serious. I was watching. I know this is a little bit off topic, but we always go off topic, guys. Okay, we talk about what we need to talk about. You guys ask the questions, and then we open the floor. Okay, this is free range to have a discussion. But I was watching them protesting. Some people protesting about the girl Donna Lee, and I think that is so heartbreaking. Oh, honey, this part, that, that. You know what it is? I feel like in every country, no matter where you go, it's always going to be something. You literally have to think about what are you willing to put up with, right? So, like you said, they have like more so crime of passion in Jamaica. In the states, they're going up into schools, and I got to be careful what I say because I don't want YouTube to demonetize me. But they're going into schools and doing certain things in schools. Um, et cetera, et cetera. You guys know, you watch the news. I don't even know what to say. I don't need to verbalize it anymore. You guys already know. So there are things that you should keep in mind. In every country, there's going to be crime. Everywhere you go, there's going to be crime. You just have to, oh, see, we're talking about that right now. In every country, there's crimes, okay? You just have to literally figure out what you're willing to deal with. So, like in Jamaica, there aren't people that are doing whatever to because of the color of your skin. That's not gonna happen. That's not happening in Panama. Quite frankly, regardless of what other people may say, I feel like the police in Panama are much nicer than they are in the States. So that's one thing. You will definitely get petty crimes like robberies in certain areas. If you were in the live last week, we went through that. Picken Avenue. For those of you know who a Picken Avenue is. So that is something that you need to keep in mind. They are robberies. Um, Nothing like really like what you would experience in the States. There are isolated cases, though. There are isolated cases where things happen. But remember, we're dealing with human beings and we're in a world where things happen. But just so that you guys know, please explain how public healthcare works for Panamanian citizens, Zoom nationals. Example, getting yellow fever vaccines at a clinic hospital. They charge a ton for vaccines, for that vaccine. I actually got my yellow fever vaccine done and I paid, I think, because this is something that you guys need to keep in mind. If you are, especially if you are the type of person that you like to go on vacation, if you are leaving from Panama to go to Jamaica, you need to have a yellow fever vaccine. I didn't know that because the first time that I went to Jamaica through the US and they never asked me for the yellow fever card. The second time when I was going to Jamaica, I was leaving directly from I was leaving directly from Panama to Jamaica and I needed to get a yellow fever card and I had no idea. So I actually got it done. The yellow fever vaccine at the time, I don't know if it's still like this, but at the time, it wasn't done at the clinic. You had to go to a specific location. You had to go to the Ministry of Salud, Ministerio de Salud. And there's a specific one that you have to go to is the one that's in Clayton. And I don't remember. I'm just giving you. I think I paid like $60 or maybe 50, but I don't remember. But the price for Panamanians was different for the price of foreigners. So maybe it was like $60 for foreigners and maybe $20 for Panamanians. I don't remember how much the price was. I would have to get back to you. But those vaccines, and then for my baby now, she has to get vaccines. I know because you're saying that they charge a lot of money for the vaccines in the USA. I don't know how much they charge, how much the vaccines cost because I never had to pay out of pocket for the vaccines in the US. Um, but I will say this, just so to give you a roundabout. I took my daughter to the pediatrician in a private sector hospital, and she had to get 3 vaccines. So it was 2 shots and 1 oral vaccine. I had to pay $195 versus her getting her vaccines here in the States is free. So with that being said, this is another part of the whole financial thing because I know a lot of y'all like, no, I'm tired of the US. I just want to go. My mother say, slowly take your hand. You have to slowly take your hand out this lion's mouth. You can't just pull it out like that. Okay. Although you may be disgusted with a lot of things that's going on in the States, I think we all are disgusted with a lot of things that's going on in the States. However, the States can be very beneficial when it comes to a lot of things. Okay. Keep that in mind. You guys know I will never lead you astray, and I'm not gonna just make up things, whatever. It's a catch 22. It's a catch 22 when it comes to certain things. So, like I said, I don't know how much the vaccines are without insurance, but I know that when I had insurance in the States, I never had to pay for a vaccine. $60. Oh, let me highlight this so they can see it. So $60. That's a deal. My insurance don't cover yellow fever vaccines here in the USA. It was for me to go on vacation to a country where it was required. Wow. See, I never knew that. I never knew that. I never knew anything really about yellow fever vaccines until they told me that because I was leaving from Panama, I had to, and I was going to Jamaica. I had to get that vaccine. So yeah, that's something that you guys want to keep in mind. Um, so there are other fees. So if you are planning to purchase a home in Panama, purchasing a home, I don't advise anyone. If you have not lived in Panama for more than 2 years, I wouldn't advise you to purchase a home. And I said this in the last blog, in the last live, but I'll say it again. If you are a person, an elderly person, and you don't have any children, or if you do have children, but your children don't have any plans to come to Panama, I would not purchase a home in Panama. And because God forbid something happens to you, you're going to have hell, or your children are going to have hell to sell the home. And I'm only saying this from personal experience. Um, it's a lot. I mean, if you still want to purchase a home, you can do that. But if you don't have anybody that's willing to come back and check on the home, it doesn't make any sense for you to purchase a home. It really doesn't. So, for example, you buy a home in Panama, you purchase the home, something happens to you, the government is going to keep the home. If you don't have children to leave the home to, or if you do have children and they're literally not going to go to Panama for no reason, what's going to happen? You're going to have some random people living in the home, and it's going to be hell to get them out of the home for whatever reason. And I'm just telling you from personal experience, people. Okay? I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Talk about driving here in Panama. Lots of checkpoints, but the police are cool. But sweet Jesus, you got to pay attention because the rules of the road are more of a recommendation than the law. I need you to specify that comment because I don't get that. Do they sell sugarcane juice on the streets of Panama? I have not seen sugarcane juice on the streets of Panama. I'm sure somewhere sells it, but I haven't seen it. Okay, let's talk about driving in Panama. The last time I made a video about driving in Panama, people came for me. Okay, they came for me. You know, I'm always getting. They always come to fill it for me. Always. Okay, I'm so used to being came for, if that's even a word. But driving in Panama is not for the faint of heart. Okay, it's not for the faint of heart. Um, it's not for the faint of heart. You have to have corazón para manejar en Panama. Okay, people just do whatever and anything they feel like doing. You gotta drive for you and the other person. Okay, when you are driving in Panama. So this comment from J.A. Japa, 100% true. People just do whatever. Oh, let's not even talk about the potholes. Yes, 100% right. You are 100% correct. I'm sorry. I haven't seen. I mean, they have coconut water. They sell coconut water on the streets. Oh, there's another thing that I wanted to talk about really quickly because I literally have, we got 15 minutes left on this live and then I gotta go. Deciding if you want to ship your car to Panama is also something that you guys should be very privy of. I wouldn't recommend anyone if you are going to move to Panama to bring your car. Honestly speaking, I feel that that is a waste of money. Sell your car and buy another one. Um, buy another car in Panama. Do not ship your car to Panama, especially if you are dealing with a like you know the people that handle the transactions because you just a lot of times they will try to get you. So sell your car. That's what I did. I sold my car and then I ended up getting another car in Panama. Castle Dragon 78. I'm gonna just leave the comment there because I don't feel like getting dragged today or tomorrow. Castle Dragon 78 says, "Oh my goodness, the driving there is crazy and make no sense at times. Like I've seen a truck drive straight across 3 lanes of traffic to get to the other side with no lights or sign. I was like, what? Yeah, driving in Panama is crazy. This is just a word of advice. You don't have to take it. Only drive during certain times of the day. I only drive during certain times of the day. I do not drive during um rush hours. So anytime after 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., you will not find me driving outside. Okay. Um, five, four, between 4 at 6 p.m., I don't drive either. I don't. It's a mix between bad traffic and bad traffic and bad driving. And so car insurance is also another thing that you guys are going to have to keep in mind about the financial aspect of moving to Panama. If you are going to buy a car, you also have to have car insurance. Now, car insurance is not as expensive as in car insurance in the States. You could pay about anywhere between 80 to $120 a month in car insurance. So that's also something that you want to keep in mind. Um, because I mean, you can't take public transportation. Public transportation is like 50 cents. Okay, 25 to go, 25 to come back. Super cheap. Um, but if you are like me, I like to get up and go. Plus, I have two kids, so I cannot take. I mean, I can, but I prefer not to take public transportation. So that is also something that you guys may want to keep in mind. Car insurance is necessary in Panama. That is wild. Okay, with that being said, and for those of you who were here from the beginning, I know people are going in and out of the live. How prepared do you feel you are to move? How soon? How prepared do you feel like you are? Most of what I've seen in Panama City is a place that doesn't sleep, and I felt completely comfortable around the people there. Yeah, it's super. Listen, I love the city. Like I said, I'm a city girl. It's so much to do, especially if you have kids. So much to do, but you got to make sure you have coins. Okay, you got to make sure that you have your money. Okay, because things cost money. Okay, if you have kids, you're gonna want to take them to the movies, even though it's still cheaper to take them to the movies. It's still cheaper than here in the states. You can get VIP tickets for $12. I don't know if it went up since, but $12 to VIP. You go to these big, fancy, beautiful chairs that you can recline the chairs. You have waiters that come to you. We love the VIP experience. Okay. Crazy park, all these things. You're gonna need money. Okay. Don't think that because Panama is a developing country that it's like, oh, okay, no. Okay. Panama City, if you want to live um a pretty decent life, you're still going to have money. Okay. And if your kids are like my kids, they always want to do something. My kids love outside, even a baby. She loves outside. Okay. She's not old enough yet to do like activities, but I know as soon as she can walk, she's going to be just like her brother. Okay. So I have to make sure that I have points to take care of my kids and to allow them to do different activities. I'm prepared. Basically, I'm planning on the same budget as here as the US. So if you are going to plan the same budget that you had in the US, then you're actually really going to do well because you can actually do something cheaper. Because if you mentally prepare yourself, like, okay, I'm going to pay this amount of money in the US, and when you come here and you get something cheaper, you're going to have a lot more money to save. So that's actually a really good way of thinking. So, Senya, I think it's Senya. I hope it's Senya. I can't wait for you to come so you can experience everything that the PTY has to offer. I would say have tons and tons of patience. And for those of you who are asking for the links, I definitely am going to leave the links in the description box. And we'll do another live. I got the date. Guys. It will be August 14th will be the next time. And of course, I'm going to promote it. So you guys are going to know what the live is going to be about. But we got 10 minutes, y'all. Between you and Charlotte from Black Experts and Panel, I feel very comfortable because you all have army with the knowledge to do it the right way. I am so happy that we were able to help you out. I'm so happy that you guys are tuned in. Oh my God, I almost forgot. We hit 5K subscribers on YouTube. So I am doing a giveaway. Okay, I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'm gonna give you guys some merch. You have a chance to choose between my V Girl TV cup. You can get a t-shirt or you can get a mug. Okay. So for 5K, I'm giving it out to 5 subbies. Okay. 5 subscribers. I need you guys to reach out to me with your address so I can send it to you. Okay. So Liz, okay, Liz Z. I don't know if she's still here, but please send me your information so I can send you your merch. Liz Z is a member of the B Squad, and she has always been super supportive of the channel. If you guys haven't already done so, if you've gotten, let me get back, let me just say this real quick. If you have gained some type of knowledge from this live stream, please hit the like button. It is free 99, okay? It is free 99. And if you are not subscribed and you guys have been on my page more than once, okay, hit the subscribe button, okay? Hit the subscribe button. It is free. Hit the like button. It's free. Okay, it don't cost you no money. Hit the free. So, Liz Z, if you are still in this live, please send me a message to my email. I'm gonna put my email address down below. So I can send you your merch. The other person is Quadash. Okay. Please message me. This person is also a member. They have signed up for my membership monthly because they support the channel. Thank you for supporting my channel. As you guys know, this is not, I have to pay for all of this streaming service. So anytime you guys donate, it goes right back into the channel. So I'm able to provide you guys with quality content. So please send me a message to my email so I can go out and send you your merch. Like I said, you have an opportunity to choose from a cup, a coffee cup, or a t-shirt. All right, that's 2 people. The next person who I am giving away is Rick B. This is Rick B. I don't know if Rick B is still here, but I'm going to leave this up. You guys have 5 days to cash out. Okay. Please send me an email with your information so that I can send you your merch. Okay. How easy is it to make new friends in Panama? It depends on what type of person you are. I mean, you guys see me like this. I am really not like this in person. I am very shy. Okay. I don't have much friends. Okay. Yeah. I don't have much friends. So with that being said, yeah. I'm kind of like I'm kind of an introvert, right? I literally am around my family and my kids. But if you are more of an outgoing person, not like me, and you are friendly and you are like, very like outgoing, I'm sure you'll be fine. But I have experienced some things, so that has made me into the person that I am right now. I'm really reserved and I am always, you get what I'm trying to say. But don't be like me, okay? Don't be like me. All right, so that was 3 people. Wedgina, I don't know if you are still in this live. Please reach out to me so I can send you your merch. And this is Wedgina, so I don't know if he can see that, but reach out to me so that you can get your merch. I would never guess that you are shy. You look, no, I am very shy. Okay, I can talk like this because you're not in front of me. Literally, you guys are on. You're in front of me virtually, but you're not. You know, here in my face. But I'm very shy, and I am. I mean, if I know you, I'm very silly and stuff like that. But if I don't know you, I'm really quiet. And yeah. So yes, contrary to belief, but I am very quiet. If I don't know you, I'm like mute. And on YouTube versus me on YouTube, I'm like, yeah, I'm not like this. All right, I got literally 4 more minutes left on this live, so ask your questions. Ask your questions because my babysitter gotta go, so I can't be on no more. So yeah, Japa, it's just don't be like me, and you guys will be fine at making friends. But I'm shy. I literally like run from people sometimes. I have like social anxiety sometimes. All right, so no one has any more questions. Thank you guys for tuning into the live. I'm actually going to save this live so you guys can go back and watch the video from the beginning if you missed something and you came in late. So I'm always going to save this live. As always, we always start talking about one thing and then we go on to something else, which is, it happens. It's okay. It's all right. And then stay tuned for my next video that I'll be uploading on Monday. You do not want to miss that video because something happened, guys. Something crazy happened to me. So I'm going to put that up. That is going to drop on Monday. And subscribe if you found this video useful, this live useful. Hit that like button, and I will see you guys next time. So, bye.